it's Greg Vincent here. Welcome to the show. Today I'm here with Dr. Andrew Wilson, and you're involved in, or just looking at the market. And what's your position there with Domain?
Well, I'm Senior Economist for Australian Property Monitors. I also work very closely with Domain because we're both part of the Fairfax stable. So yeah, we look at market insights and produce data, and we're a similar, APM's a similar company to RP Data, but of course we're part of the big picture with Domain, so looking at how the housing market's going.
Because that's a big thing for people, isn't it? This actual property data.
Yes.
Because lots of people have access to information, but they probably don't quite have the drill down information, like the local markets throughout Sydney. You were even talking about it today in this session about how the West is now the new black.
Well, it is, yeah. It is the new black in that sense that, and it's no surprise because the West has been one of Sydney's most affordable regional markets, and of course it's no surprise or secret that Sydney is an expensive market. Our latest data has shown that the Sydney median house price has exceeded $700,000 for the first time, and we've seen Sydney's house prices rise by $95,000 since the beginning of last year, and unit prices are up by $65,000. So it's a very expensive market in Sydney. And of course people now look to markets that maybe have flown under the radar and suburbs that have flown under the radar, particularly in the West, with new interest, and looking at just the nature of the local infrastructure, of the residential amenities, and thinking, well, you know, this isn't such a bad place to live, and it's certainly more affordable than closer into the city, and this is part of that gentrification that we are seeing in a lot of suburbs in Sydney's West. And I think this will continue given the price pressures and the other issues involved with living closer into the Sydney market, particularly the price pressures. And with a median in the West of around $485,000 compared to the inner West at $1 million, there's certainly a big difference there. And it means that buyers are starting to reevaluate what sort of bang they get for their buck for these sort of for this sort of money. And as I said before, there is established infrastructure, transport, and also, you know, amenities, residential amenities and facilities, which are reawakening the West as a lifestyle market, rather than as a budget market. And this is very important, and I think we'll see this continue through, particularly as the Sydney housing market closer in gets more expensive.
And it's funny you say that, because that's one of the things that I talk about with the Hawkesbury. The Hawkesbury is a lifestyle market.
Yes.
And it's all, I believe it's like the sleeping giant of the Sydney market, because people are in that position where you've got this gentrification happening.
Yes.
And then they suddenly get out there and live in that community from outside of the area and think, wow, this place is, it's nothing like we thought it was going to be. It's better than we thought it would be. And lots of people get into the Hawkesbury and they don't leave.
Well, that's right. And look, people decide, in a lot of respects, their dwelling choices are between economic factors and lifestyle factors. And sometimes there has to be a trade-off between the both, because you can't have both. Now, well, perhaps you can't have both. But what happens in the sense of the economic factors can drive a market to become more of a lifestyle market. Now, we've seen in the West, one of the reasons that gentrification, whether it's a chicken and an egg thing, is that we're starting to see a more mixed political environment in the western suburbs of Sydney.